from KSAT 12, the Nightbeat starts right now.
There appears to be some mixed signals coming from one city councilman. How Clayton Perry's calls for compassion compare to some of his past views on crime in San Antonio.
And the cold is expected to stay in San Antonio for more than just one night. The rush now for donations, and we check in on that weather pattern for the week. Plus,
limited media access tonight in a meeting surrounding a new elementary school in Uvalde. Hear from the community who attended.
But first, a hit and run crash, a camera, and a councilman who is open to rehab to, quote, make sure this will never happen again, end quote. But what about the additional charge of DWI in Councilman Clayton Perry's case?
San Antonio police told KSAT they would file that charge with the district attorney's office. Today, the DA says that has not happened yet. We emailed San Antonio police around 6:30 tonight to ask where things stand with that potential charge, but we've not heard back on that. Sources told us that DA Joe Gonzalez would also be planning to recuse himself in this case. Both Perry and Gonzalez have stood on opposite sides of the cite and release program. That program is meant to save taxpayer money by keeping nonviolent misdemeanor offenders out of jail.
But Perry has openly questioned that program in the past, even writing an opinion piece for the Express News saying, quote, soft prosecution, dismiss cases, and drop charges are some of the reasons that criminals who normally would be hesitant to commit a crime are emboldened to act. End quote. Perry's tough comments on crime seem to contrast his calls for compassion from his council colleagues today. He's accused of leaving the scene of a crash, and a police body camera video raised even more suspicion of intoxication.
Still, many council members supported Perry's step towards seeking help today. But as the Night Team's John Paul Barajas reports, the council's response is not sitting well with everyone.
He fled the scene of a traffic accident where most likely he was intoxicated. Had it been just a regular citizen, they would have come down, with a sledgehammer on that person for drunk driving. So why should he get a pass or compassion for his actions? Somebody could have died in that accident.
Compassion is what District 10 Councilman Clayton Perry asked for after he took, quote, full responsibility and apologized for his actions November 6th. Perry says he will seek medical attention, such as possibly rehab. City Council granted him a sabbatical for that, but residents weren't as forgiving for the elected official.
Someone like I did that, and someone like me did that, even you. I'm done. I'm not getting out.
A vote of no confidence against Perry received unanimous support from City Council, except Perry and Mario Bravo, who abstained from voting. But it came only after most of Council voted to remove language in its resolution that would have asked Perry to resign.
I'm taking him at his word today that he is sorry, that he needs this help, doesn't seek the medical and rehabilitation services that he knows he needs. That's on him.
Elias says if Perry doesn't seek the help he said he would, a request for resignation could be revisited. District 3 Councilwoman Phyllis Villagran says as the legal process plays out, things can also change. For example, if Perry's charged and convicted of a DWI.
The charter states, and you can talk to our KSAT attorney, that he wouldn't be able to, if he's charged and convicted, he cannot serve.
Now, Perry is currently charged with failure to stop and provide information after a crash, which is a Class B misdemeanor. If convicted, he could face 180 days in jail, as well as a $2,000 fine. At City Hall, John Paul Barajas, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, John Paul. Fierce flames on a cold night. It's what firefighters were dealing with on West Magnolia near Calaveras on the city's west side. Firefighters still don't know what caused this fire at a vacant home, but they did say no one was hurt. Another house behind that fire took some damage as well. Investigators say smoke covered the home, but firefighters were able to get a handle on the flames.
And right now the wind is picked up and the air is dry now, which doesn't, of course, help firefighting efforts. Notice these wind gusts in excess of 20 to 25 miles per hour out of the north. We have a weak frontal boundary that's pushing through, and it's going to be a reinforcing shot of cooler air, and it's going to mean gusty tonight and even first thing tomorrow morning. So you'll notice the gusty winds right now, as I mentioned, about 20 to 25 miles per hour, but we could have some gusts in excess of 30 to even 35 miles per hour overnight tonight and very first thing early tomorrow morning. Combine that with some cooler temperatures and you'll feel a bit of a chill out there. So turning windy tonight, we're already feeling it locally and on the north side of town, but it's slowly pushing its way southward, reinforcing shots of cool air throughout the week, so you'll be feeling the chill. We'll talk about how cold it'll get tonight and where, and even the warmest day of the forecast and how below average that's going to be coming right up.
All right, thanks, Adam. Keeping warm is on everybody's mind right now. Local nonprofits are stocking up on warm clothing, coats, sweaters to help those in their shelters bear the cold. The Night Team's Patty Santos tells us how you can host your own drive in your neighborhood to help out.
The Texas weather can be up and down. It can be cold, really cold one day and really hot one day.
Weather is shifting, and here at Corazon San Antonio Day Center, there's a stack of warm sweaters ready.
It's tough because weather changes so quickly here that you pass out the jackets one day and then it's warm the next week. So we try to, spread out those resources all throughout the season.
Colder weather brings in a slight change in needs, too.
We see it increase during the day because people are trying to escape the rough elements. And so we make more food.
The donation station at Haven for Hope has a rack full of sorted out winter donations.
This is real soft, so you know that that's going to be warm.
Terry Belling with Haven for Hope says they won't last long.
Gently used jackets, sweatshirts, long sleeves, the longer pants, sweatpants, pajama bottoms, things like that are always in need.
Blankets are handed out every night at the shelter. Warm hats, gloves, and new socks and underwear are also high demand items.
For a recent sock drive that we did, we estimated 1,500 socks per month are distributed. And that's on the lower end.
Haven for Hope encourages people who want to host a winter community donation drive on their behalf to check out their webpage.
People like to give this time of year, and so we do receive a lot of donations, and we're grateful for it, but the need is there beyond the holidays into January, February, and March.
And as you load up your donations to bring them to centers like this, remember that some of them do not take toys, and the socks and underwear, they have to be new. Tomorrow, the city is teaming up with 8 local nonprofits to kick off the Hunger and Homelessness Awareness Week. So we're going to be hearing more about how to help. Patty Santos, KSAT 12 News.
Now for a look at some of today's big headlines in your Nightbeat News Flash. A disgraced child psychologist facing charges of indecency with a child by contact from over the summer. Well, he's been arrested again. This time, 43-year-old Timothy Kimball is accused of being caught on video in the parking lot of the school of the alleged victim. This incident happened back in October. He was arrested again last Tuesday. Court records show he violated a protective order. He has since been released on a $5,000 bond. A crash outside Cowboys Dance Hall left the security guard there and a woman injured, but police say that suspect may have done it on purpose. It happened about 1:30 this morning. The security guard questioning the woman in relation to an assault inside the bar. That's when police say the suspect hit the security guard in his pickup, causing that guard to be pinned between 2 vehicles. The woman, who is the suspect's girlfriend, also hit and knocked unconscious. Both were taken to the hospital. Comedian Jay Leno says he's doing okay after a gasoline fire. He told Variety he needed a week or 2 to get back on his feet. The cause and time of the fire still not clear. The 72-year-old used to host The Tonight Show, of course. He's also known for his car collection, which is housed at a garage north of L.A. People magazine reported Leno had been set to appear at a financial conference in Las Vegas on Sunday, but canceled, citing a serious medical attention. And that's a look at your Nightbeat News Flash.
Don't forget our KSAT Community Share the Shoes campaign is happening right now. You can donate a new pair of shoes or socks to a child in need. Just take your donations to any of the San Antonio Police substations through December 16th. This donation drive benefits Zapatos, which works with schools to help kids get the shoes they need. You can find more information on the KSAT community page of KSAT.com.
Show some soul. Share a shoe.
I like it.
Still ahead on the Nightbeat. A new year is on the horizon, and so is the new legislature in Texas. The bill's already being filed nearly 2 months before lawmakers head back to Austin.
And building a new future in Uvalde CISD, the plans for its new elementary school, and the reason that our cameras were not allowed inside tonight's public meeting.
And a shooting that sent students rushing for cover. Now, hours later, a show of solidarity in Virginia tonight. We're going to hear from those at tonight's vigil next on the Nightbeat. They gathered together in church, others outside the University of Virginia tonight, many holding candles as they remember the 3 university football players killed as they returned from a field trip over the weekend. Tonight's show of support has left faculty, students, and staff in awe.
Just so much pride in these students and the way that they take care of each other, especially in times that have asked entirely too much from them.
A former football team member accused of shooting the 3 students. That suspect is under arrest tonight. That shooting in Virginia comes nearly 6 months after the mass shooting at Robb Elementary in Uvalde. The community there now getting a look at plans for a new elementary school.
The Uvalde CISD Moving Forward Foundation and the Community Advisory Committee revealing new designs. But as the Night Team's Lee Waldman explains, we were only given limited access.
I think that things are finally coming together. And it does look like the input has been really positive.
In its first community meeting, the Uvalde CISD Moving Forward Foundation and the Community Advisory Committee showcased the work they've done on establishing plans for a new elementary school.
It was good. I think it's informative. I think it's nice to keep the community involved, so it's a positive note.
While the Moving Forward Foundation uses the district's name, the nonprofit is not affiliated with it. The foundation used this distinction to restrict camera access by KSAT 12 News and other local stations, only allowing us to record on our phones.
It has to do with allowing the community to come into a safe space where they're allowed to work on moving forward.
Exactly, and we're not trying to impede on that. We're asking that 3 cameras be set up in the back where we don't have a camera up front.
It's okay. We are working on that. I'm also just letting you know that this meeting is not applicable to the Open Meeting Act.
Conceptual designs for the new elementary school were shown, as well as a breakdown of the number of classrooms and safety accommodations. The foundation and committee also agreed on a location for the new school near Dalton Elementary. Now they're working on fundraising efforts to make this happen.
The initial target to raise for the construction of the new school is around $50 million. Obviously, that number will fluctuate once the design process is finalized.
So far, they've generated $18 million in donations. The next step is for the foundation and committee to present this to the school board at their next meeting on Wednesday for the board to vote on the site for the campus and the conceptual design. The hope is to have things ready by October 2024. In Uvalde, Lee Waldman, KSAT 12 News.
Some late-breaking news now. A shooting left 2 apartment units damaged, 1 victim hospitalized. This is on East South Cross near Pecan Valley. It's on the southeast side. Police say the victim shot in the back. No word on any arrests at this hour. Texas lawmakers preparing for the future of Texas. Today, the first day to file bills for the 88th legislative session, and State Rep Liz Campos announced several she's helping with. Campos represents House District 119, includes San Antonio, Converse, Live Oak, Schertz, and Universal City. Among the bills are some focused on helping the unsheltered, including one to create a centralized data system when responding to homelessness. Another bill would invest $10 billion of the budget to build 10 new mental health hospitals. There's also a bill focused on foster care. She's proposing prioritizing kinship placements and increased oversight.
San Antonio's official Christmas tree is on its way. It is coming from Northwest Oregon and is expected to arrive at Travis Park tomorrow morning. HEB says the tree will stand nearly 50 feet tall and will be decorated with 10,000 white lights and dozens of colorful ornaments. It's all for the 38th annual HEB tree lighting celebration that kicks off the day after Thanksgiving, November 25th at 3 p.m.
The city's HEB tree.
HEB tree, and it's already feeling like it is that time of year, though not officially winter yet.
Yeah.
A little preview.
And if you think this is cold, just wait a few days.
Yeah, this weekend, right?
Yeah.
Steve's been listening throughout the day today. Yeah, it's going to cool off even more this upcoming weekend. And let's just talk about our morning low temperatures. Usually right before sunrise is when we have that lowest temperature of the day. 40 degrees tomorrow. Then we're down into the upper 30s for lows Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And that's around San Antonio. We're not just talking about the hill country. And keep in mind, the average low is 50 degrees. So obviously running well below average. And our highs are going to be below average as well. Let's get a look at the current readings out there. And you look off to the north. especially up into the Panhandle. Amarillo 21, Lubbock right now at 26, even Alpine 36, 56 now in San Antonio. But keep in mind that wind is coming out of the north. I put those wind streamlines on the map. The wind's pushing that cooler air southward, the little reinforcing shot of cool air. And we're going to see a few more of those over the next 7 days just to maintain the unseasonably cool conditions. Divine right now at 59, but 52 Bernie. 50 in Kerrville, Seguin, and even 50 degrees. Here's what we're expecting tomorrow morning. Up into the hill country, 35 in Comfort, Bandera 37, even Helotes about 39. In and around 410 and 1604, right around 40 degrees to start the day with a bit of a breeze. That wind I was talking about earlier, still going to be elevated a bit for the first half of the day tomorrow. So shave off about 5-6 degrees for the feels like temperature. Then tomorrow afternoon, not as gusty, but even with sunshine and just some high thin clouds overhead, only in the upper 50s to maybe briefly 60 degrees in some spots, even 62 briefly in Castroville. We think officially in town about 58 for the high temperature. And that's going to be the case the rest of this week, all the way through Friday. Actually, the warmest day is likely to be Friday, and that's a high of 60. That's still 12 degrees below average for this time of year. And then notice that little drop off, reinforcing shot of cool air. Saturday, we're talking a high temperature of 49. Low clouds moving in and some dampness as well, some areas of rain. Speaking of rain, today, we got 0.17 of an inch at the airport. So that moved us from the driest year to date to the second driest year to date on record in San Antonio. But this comes with the caveat. November 17th was a pretty big day back in 1917. So by Thursday, we'll be back to the driest year on record. So unfortunately, we'll be back in that position. So savor it while we can for the next few days. Here's a look at the shower activity today. A lot of it was locally and east of town. There was some good moisture out there, especially in other parts of the state. We just didn't tap into a whole lot of it. It was mostly dampness in and around the KSAT 12 viewing area. But you notice that blue off to the north? It's another round of snow. Clipped parts of the Panhandle, and then especially our neighbors in Oklahoma seeing some of that snow. This is because of our overall weather pattern. This big dip in the upper level flow. It's a big trough. We're in a very troughy weather pattern. We're going to continue to see these troughs and these upper level patterns dig southward. That's just going to maintain our unseasonably cool air. As for rain chances, we'll have a few shots, but the first is going to be on Saturday, and right now it's only at 30%, so we're not looking at anything significant. Just some high clouds tomorrow. 40 in the morning, it's still a bit breezy. By noon, we're at 53 degrees, then 58 for the afternoon high. And look at those temperatures, especially this weekend. 49 on Saturday, only 53 Sunday, a little drizzly dampness Sunday as well.
And plenty of chill.
An indoor weekend.
Thanks, Adam.
All right, Greg, Spurs out west.
Yeah, and you know what? That game started out pretty well for the Spurs. I thought they were playing pretty rugged here because they have a man down in the last second. Trey Jones will tell you why they came in here shorthanded. Also, we come back and the Spurs got off to their road test. 5 games in the next 7 nights. And how about celebrating champions tonight? This is something you don't want to miss. Coming up. San Antonio Spurs kicked off their West Coast road trip tonight in Golden State, taking on the reigning champs. Jeremy Sohan got the start at point guard tonight for Trey Jones, who's out with a stomach illness. Sohan helps the Spurs keep pace early in the first quarter, driving inside, flipping it up, and to make it a 1-point game. Later in the quarter, Doug McDermott caps a 12-2 San Antonio run with his 3, and the Spurs are up 20-19. Later in that quarter, off the miss from Devin Vassell, Charles Bassey tips it in to make it a 6-point game, but the Warriors answer right back coming down the court. Jordan Poole drains a triple in transition. Golden State leads at this point 33-26 after 1. That lead only grows in the second quarter, about to start the second half. It is now, and has started the second half, I will tell you. Golden State is leading now 72-45, widening that margin. Fighting Texas Aggies have lost 6 games in a row for the first time in 5 decades and have fallen to 3-7, 1-6 in the SEC. That's after falling to Auburn on the road Saturday, 13-10, and freshman Connor Wigman's first road start after missing last week's game against Florida due to the flu. He would only throw for 121 yards on just 14 of 36 attempts, and at one point threw 13 straight incompletions. The Aggies offense is actually getting worse with 2 games to play, hosting Massachusetts on Saturday and LSU the Friday after Thanksgiving, the same Tigers who are ranked 6th in the country. At his weekly press conference today, Head coach Jimbo Fisher says the program's outlook is still bright.
We've got very good players here. We've got good guys. We'll keep coaching good young players. Recruiting, we're in good shape in recruiting and what we're doing. And there's, like I say, there's other ways in recruiting, like signing a full class. There's other ways with portals and different things you address things now. But we're not in disarray in recruiting. We're not in disarray on our team. Our guys are playing their tails off, playing hard. Got to continue to help them play better, and got a great attitude and with demeanor. I think it looks very good.
Kickoff against UMass at Kyle Field on Saturday is at 11 a.m. One of our big games in our big game playoff coverage this Friday night will feature the #1 ranked Steel Knights putting their undefeated record on the line on the road against Lake Travis and Pflugerville. Now, the Knights come into the Class 6A Division I area playoff game with a perfect 11-0 record that includes a 35-28 victory over Lake Travis in the second week of the regular season. The Knights opened their playoff run with a convincing 34-17 victory over Johnson in the bi-district round on Thursday night, while the Cavaliers are 6-4 overall, 5-2 in district, coming off their first round playoff win against Round Rock in an upset, 35-10.
I feel like it was very important starting off with a strong team just to get us ready for what's coming up now.
We had a feeling we was going to see them again based on how the brackets were played out, so it was very good to play them first.
It was a good physical game, that first game, and both of our teams have changed a little bit with personnel, and both have gotten better over the last 8-9 games. So I expect a battle come Friday night just like it was week 2.
All right, kickoff between the Steel Knights and Lake Travis Cavaliers will now be at 7:30 p.m. at the field in Pflugerville. San Antonio FC are champions, and we share in their celebration next. San Antonio FC won their first ever United Soccer League title last night at Toyota Field by dominating Louisville FC 3-1. Our Andrew Seeley was there and brings us the sights and sounds of the match and celebration. That is awesome. The celebration is far from over. SAFC will be at the Anderson River Theater tomorrow at 5 p.m. to celebrate again with their fans in that historic title. And you have to love the passion from the fans, the players, the coaches. I mean, that is just awesome. And for Adam, the confetti alone was worth the trip.
Yeah. To quote Adam, that's rowdy.
It was an awesome crowd. Thanks, Greg. We'll be right back.
The holiday season getting underway in New York City as the famed Rockefeller Center Christmas tree arrived over the weekend. The 82-foot tall tree will be dressed with more than 50,000 lights, topped with a Swarovski crystal star. It is a spruce.
I've already started my Christmas shopping.
I don't bet they don't even have the ice rink up yet.
Maybe not.
Yeah.
Tree's going up, though.
See you tomorrow.